Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Josh McConnell.
Thanks. It is very cold today still, but that cold snap is coming to an end. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Today we will hit a high of -10 with a low of -19. That is still way below seasonal temperatures. But the good news is things will begin to warm up a little tomorrow when we hit a high of -3 with a low of -12. The upward trend will continue until Friday and Saturday, where we will hit -1 and the big +2 respectively. That's right, we will once again be above freezing. But of course, that doesn't factor in the wind chills, which will still keep us below 0. Finally, temperatures will cool again on Sunday when we sit around -5 with a low of -10. It'll still be around -11 with that dreaded wind chill. So bundle up. Don't forget those mitts and scarves, but rest assured better days are ahead. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Josh. Now turning to international and national news. In Ottawa, a surprise move has been made by Liberal leader Justin Trudeau. Trudeau announced all 32 Liberal senators would sit in the upper chamber as independents. According to Trudeau, the intention of the move is to return the Senate to its original purpose.
In so doing, we will remove partisanship and patronage from the Senate, reforming it and improving it in a deep and meaningful way without ever having to touch the Constitution of Canada.
Trudeau is calling for Prime Minister Stephen Harper to lose the Conservative Party's 57 senators. Minister of State Pierre Poilievre says Trudeau's move is a smokescreen to hide from the Auditor General. Poilievre says the senators need to be elected to be held accountable.
Canadian veterans are calling for the resignation of Veteran Affairs Minister Julian Fantino. This comes after a heated exchange between the minister and veterans yesterday in Ottawa. Fantino abruptly cancelled a scheduled meeting with vet representatives, but hastily rescheduled the meeting. Veterans were asking Fantino to reconsider his decision to close 8 Veteran Affairs offices. Fantino dismissed their pleas and told them the centers will be closing on schedule.
In the State of the Union address last night, American President Barack Obama vowed to sidestep Congress and veto them whenever he feels necessary. Obama asked Congress to get on board with a proposal to increase the federal minimum wage to $10.10.
But Americans overwhelmingly agree that no one who works full-time should ever have to raise a family in poverty.
Along with wages, he also touched on topics like healthcare, immigration, and taxes.
6 freight ships are currently stuck on the frozen Great Lakes. Commanding officer of the Canadian Coast Guard's Icebreaker says there's been a lot of requests for icebreaker assistance. She says the hardest hit region where ice is causing the most problems is the western basin of Lake Erie. Ferry services on the Detroit River has also been affected due to the extreme cold. Great Lakes are under the largest ice cover since the early 90s.
The streets of Atlanta look a little different today. A winter storm, Leon, has dumped as much as 3 inches of snow in some parts of the city. Traffic jams were a common sight last night and into today as many people were trying to find warmth away from the storm. Some went as far as to abandon their vehicles in the middle of the highways, while others spent the evening in grocery stores sleeping on floors. The snow should dissipate as temperatures get above that freezing mark later in the week.
In Ukraine, 2 amnesty proposals are up for a parliamentary vote today. Prime Minister has resigned and harsh anti-protest laws are being recalled. One of the proposed ideas would grant demonstrators a pardon if they leave the streets and buildings they currently occupy. Anti-government protesters have so far seized 3 buildings and erected barricades. Russian President Vladimir Putin says government will honor agreements to lend $15 billion to Ukraine and cut the price of gas it sells to their neighboring countries.
And now with your sports, here's Hugh Smith.
The Toronto Maple Leafs returned home in style last night, winning 3-2 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. After a hot road trip that saw the Leafs get points in 3 of 4 games, the Buds gave their home crowd something to cheer about. Nazem Kadri opened the scoring with 2 goals, including a highlight reel effort to give the home side the lead. After the Lightning tied it up, James Van Riemsdyk potted the go-ahead goal with 5 minutes left in the third. Jonathan Bernier got the nod in net and made 40 saves, including 2 key stops in the dying minutes to ensure the win. The Leafs have the day off before welcoming Florida to the ACC on Thursday. The Toronto Raptors host the Orlando Magic at the ACC tonight. The Raptors are coming off a last-second win in Brooklyn, with Patrick Patterson nailing the winning jumper with 6 seconds left. Orlando comes into tonight on a 2-game skid, last in their division by 7 games and second last in the East. The Raps will be without leading scorer DeMar DeRozan, out for the second straight game with a sprained foot. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. MLSE could be buying the Toronto Argonauts in the next few weeks. According to multiple sources, the corporation has expressed interest in acquiring the Argos. Should MLSE decide not to buy, MLSE Chair Larry Tannenbaum may purchase the team himself. The purchase would give MLSE a near monopoly on pro sports in Toronto. The Argos will need a new field in 2017 when their lease at the Rogers Centre expires. MLSE CEO Tim Leiweke has said numerous times the Argos' future home could be Toronto FC Stadium, BMO Field. And now time for your Olympic watch. Steven Stamkos returned to the ice yesterday after feeling pain in his leg during workouts. Stamkos has not played since suffering a fractured tibia in his right leg on November 11. The Lightning star says he hopes to return in time to play a couple of games before going to the Olympics. Team Canada General Manager Steve Yzerman and Stamkos are expected to have a discussion about his Olympic participation before the team leaves for Sochi on February 9th. And Canada's first female Olympian to win a gold on home soil may miss a chance at a repeat in Sochi. Snowboard cross defending world champion Maëlle Ricker suffered a wrist injury in pre-Olympic training. She'll need surgery to repair the bone in her wrist, putting her appearance in Russia next month in doubt. Canada Snowboard's executive director Stephen Hills says he expects Ricker to be ready in time for the Olympics. And that's it for sports. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Hugh. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Espe Curry.
Justin Bieber has some interesting Valentine's Day plans, and Duck Dynasty goes to Washington. I have your entertainment update coming up after the break.